Welcome back to IceTime.TV, and I'm joined on the Ice Arena roof by a man that Devils fans love to hate, but ultimately everybody respects, the British Bulldog, Jason Hewitt. Jason, thanks for joining us.
Oh, pleasure.
So, what are you doing in Cardiff right now?
I'm working alongside Sam Mutton in his Extreme Edges hockey camp. It's his first one, and Bauer are sponsoring and getting involved with him, so we're just here to kind of help and guide however we can.
Excellent. Now, we are standing on the roof of the new building. You didn't get to play here, but over our shoulders we see the remains of the old Big Blue tent.
Yeah.
What was that like to play in? For a player like you, I guess you probably loved it?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I mean, obviously it was hard. Every night you had to be on your game in that place, but you know, one of those places, like you say, the fans love to hate me, but I kind of love to hate that rink too. Like, it was wasn't the most pleasant, but it suited my game kind of.
So we all know your history as a Sheffield Steeler, but let's take you back before that, because of course you were with the London Racers, who had their last ever game in Cardiff. Unfortunately, they folded mid-season. So what was your junior progression, and how unfortunate was that demise of the London team? Yeah,
I mean, my junior career was in Altrincham, just part of Manchester there, but that was an old rink that got knocked down at that time. And then I went to Manchester for my first year with the Phoenix when they were in the Elite League, and then they went bankrupt, so I went to London for just under a year and a half, I think.
So you were a jinx for a while?
I think so, yeah. So I think people were probably worried about Sheffield for a while when I showed up, but no, it was good. And I mean, from junior and kind of when I was around 18, everything kind of fell into place all the way through. Like, Manchester went down and London became available, and then that happened, and Maxie went to Sheffield, which made it an easy transition going there, and it just went from strength to strength in Sheffield.
So tell me about that Sheffield mentality and what it's been like playing there throughout the years, because maybe the rest of the league doesn't like you guys, but you do tend to win and you do tend to be successful, and the players that have played there throughout the years with you, Jeff LeGuy, Joey Talbot, and just that winning mentality that's expected there. What's it like to be a Sheffield Steeler?
It was great. I mean, you know, like you say, not many people like Sheffield, and there's many reasons for that, but the first year I was in Sheffield was really hard, actually. There was a lot of coaching changes and ownership problems, and it was kind of weird for a few years there, but under Tony Smith it's gone from strength to strength, and the mentality comes from, I think, we just, through all those bad times, we still had good people in the room, which was huge, and we had a good coach, Dave Matsos, who was a really grounded guy and one of the boys, which really helped. And you know, like I say, the success is literally down to everybody being good people. All those guys you mentioned, those names, Joey Talbot, Jody Lehman, Jeff LeGuy, they were all good people and people who knew how to win. So that mentality kind of was built around that core of players, along myself, Jonathan Phillips, and Mark Thomas, and so it's been a great time.
So I'm asking this solely for my benefit. I still wake up in the middle of the night and remember that 2010-11 season when the Cardiff Devils lost the league championship, tied on points with Sheffield.
Yeah.
What was it like being on the other side of that? What was that title run-in like?
Yeah, it was crazy. I mean, over the years, when you look at it, even the last couple of years, we've been head-to-head with Cardiff, and it's been a great rivalry throughout, but to win it under those circumstances, you know, I'm sure it was absolutely devastating to be on the other side of it. But we didn't care, you know, obviously. You know, you had that huge the world record run there, and you made it as hard as you could for us, and you know, it's unfortunate that it comes down to be tied on points and it goes off as something. You know, maybe it would have been good to have a kind of have to play for it, and make something out of that, something the league could maybe look at. But I'm not going to complain. No,
the medals in the cabinet. So you don't
exactly. I'm fortunate enough to have kind of four Elite League championships, and that's one that's very special to me.
And of course, that season you scored the big goal against Belfast at Sheffield. That must have been a huge moment in your career.
Yeah, it was huge. I had a really good year under Ben Simon there. I just really clicked with him well, and to score that goal was a great feeling, and we had to finish it off the next weekend, but that was definitely a turning point because we were down in that game earlier on. So yeah, it was great.
So tell me about your playing style, because you are known as the British Bulldog. I'm talking to you now, and you're a lovely guy to talk to, but probably on the ice you're a bit of a pest to play against. Would that be fair?
Yeah, I think pest, rat, whatever it is, that was my role that I took on and really excelled in. It was something that I had to play that way to stay in the team, and the team was successful with me being that way. I had a knack for being able to take some of the bigger players to the box with me, and as a third line guy, that's kind of what I was there for. But I embraced that role. I had a great career in that role, and I wouldn't change it for the world.
So earlier in the summer you did announce your retirement, which came as a bit of a shock because you were part of the Paul Thompson revolution last year. You were still one of his main penalty killers. You just secured another league title. So what was the initial thinking behind the retirement?
Bauer actually approached me in December, and I obviously had my testimonial too in January. But in December I was in no position to kind of make that decision or any intention of retiring. They got back in touch in March. And the way things were going in the league, my body feels great. Like that's probably the hardest thing, was I still feel like I could play. But you know, the way things are going with imports and the British guys and stuff like that, it just felt like the right time to step away from the elite league and retire. But it was the hardest decision of my life. Like there was tears shed, and
I was going to say, walking out of that locker room when you spent so many years and were a team leader, that must have been very hard.
It was the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. But I've got 2 young children and two daughters, and not many qualifications behind me. So the opportunity to step into something with such a big company and a well-paid job was an attraction to build for the future. Yeah.
So the good news is we're not losing you from the ice completely, because last week it was announced you signed for the Hull Pirates, that developing franchise up there. Dominic Osman seems to be doing a great job.
Yeah, no, it's a good fit for me. They know my work situation, and they're very accommodating to it, which made it easy to say yes. They put a good package together. Their schedule works with mine, and we'll see where it goes. I am excited for it. The decision literally come kind of 10 days ago. It was not playing, and then we looked at everything, and it was worth my while to play, and it keeps me relevant in the sport, which helps with Bauer too. So.
And just finally, probably another special game you're playing in this year. An ex-Cardiff Devils player, Jonathan Phillips, he has his testimonial season for the Sheffield Steelers. Yeah. Well deserved, and are you looking forward to seeing some old teammates?
Yeah, definitely. It's like you say, it's well deserved. It's huge for Jonna, and I'll do everything I can to help him do as well as he can and benefit from that. It'll be a fun time. I had an absolute blast doing mine, so I hope he gets the same out of his and can really sit back and enjoy it.
Well, Jason, great to meet you properly, because I know a lot of the Devils fans boo you, but you're a really nice guy in person. So thanks for joining us on IceTime.TV, and hopefully we'll catch up again.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you.